Okay, and we are live. We have today Second World CEOs and founders here. Please introduce yourself and tell us more about Second World.
Ignacio, thank you so much for the invitation. I've been following the great job that the Bondex has been doing for the past months, and I'm really impressed. I think you are already a success story, and I hope this is just the beginning. All right, so I'm Inigo Crispy Bacon One on Twitter, and when you see me playing games, that's my username. And essentially, I got interested about the Web3 space already around 10 years ago when I joined IBM, and I started working in very different projects around DLTs and in general, business ecosystems, consortiums, mainly on private blockchains. But at the time, I already understood the value that this technology could unlock, for end users. And when the GameFi explosion began around 2020, we got very interested around it because we saw a huge potential on really bridging the gap between cryptocurrencies and digital assets and convert them into a player-centric experience that could definitely reinvent the status quo of players. I have been playing video games since I was a child. I got to be quite competitive as a teenager. I made it to the national team of Medal of Honor when it wasn't cool at all to play video games. Nobody was watching us. There was no social networks. But it's true that I was investing so much time and resources on playing this game without expecting anything else than having fun. When I started understanding the potential of technology to be infused on gaming, a whole new world of possibilities opened up. And it was when we decided, a team of passionate players, of people that love gaming and with experience using technology to solve user challenges, that it was the right time to start this venture during a turbulent bear market and really, build games that had the quality of Web2 alikes, but expanding the benefits of those player-centric experiences to other dimensions, right? Like it could be value generation, it could be ownership, it could be governance, and that is exactly what we are about to begin in our game studio. We have 2 games available on the app stores, and we are about to launch our GameFi utility token Swayo next month. So our players will not only enjoy our games, but will start getting empowered and taking their gaming experiences to the next level.
So, number one, kudos, because I know you guys have been fighting through this bear market and building just like we have done, and that's what makes for tough founders and good companies. But also, gaming in Web3 and GameFi, I think, went through a low point of low quality of game. And at the end of the day, there's a disconnect between token value if really the token is the product without driving any value to the actual service or game. And the games were too basic. And I think what you've built, I'm going to try to share this screen to see if it works. This is my first attempt. Everyone, bear with me. Let me see if I can do it. If not, just to give you a glimpse of the quality of what they've built in terms of a, I don't know, can you guys see my screen here now?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so this is their game, right? What you see here is a new level of quality for mobile gaming for Web3. As you can see here, this reminds me a little bit of Clash of Clans, strategic games that actually have a Web3 component, but with a different type of quality. And this is what was stopping, in my view, mass adoption. So we went through the first generation of like Axie Infinity and blah, blah, and all those games, but really the play to earn, in my opinion, did not finish its mission. And now we've gone through the bear market, and a lot of people are building really high quality games. There's AAA games coming for more, I think, a different type of console, but now we have a new level of quality in mobile. So I want to hear about your experience as a founder building a mobile game of a certain quality and how you've baked the token into be valuable through the game. I want to hear a little bit more about your strategy there.
Definitely. I mean, since we were born in the bear market, we didn't see any reason to pursue the typical go-to-market strategy that many projects on Web3 follow. I mean, in the end, where we have vast experiences on building technology on the Web2 space, And in the Web2 space, the most important aspect when building technology is putting users in the center and develop the right experience for them. So that was basically what we wanted to validate first, that the experiences that we were offering to our community were strong enough. And once we validated that, we would actually jump into the next chapter that was actually reinventing our players' status quo and expanding those entertainment-driven benefits to other heights, right? So when it comes to our journey, we have been very focused on building an in-house team of developers, designers, marketeers that basically allow us to grow our community organically around great gaming experiences. As you pointed out, our core game, the game that has put the most efforts in our team is Second World. It's essentially a game inspired by our real world, by our planet, and takes dynamics from city development, competitiveness, and resources strategy. So it's a hybrid between mobile games like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, plus with additional, innovations and features to differentiate ourselves from them. Building a hybrid of those two genres is an innovation itself already, but we decided to make players evolve through the game by leveling up through different historical eras. So the game is inspired in our planet, and it's also inspired by its history. And apart from that, Suayo, our GameFi utility token, is going to serve as the passport to all the fun we develop for our community, plus ownership rights of all the game assets that they purchase. Like, for instance, in Second World, the digital collectibles that we are about to deploy are cities and troops. So players are going to have unique cities around the world, and there's only going to be one of those with one sole owner. So we feel that we are creating an economy that is going to allow players to really become owners and decision makers within our world of entertainment. This has started with 2 mobile games that are available on the app stores, but we already have other titles under development. And apart from that, we are continuously improving and iterating together with our community on all the games that we build, so they really, satisfy their needs gameplay wise. And now we are very excited because we are about to take that gameplay to another level, thanks to all the vision and technologies that we can extract from Web3.
I'm super excited about it. I've already tried the beta, and it's really, really exciting. You know what it reminds me of? All these metaverse companies have tried to make this kind of land valuable within their ecosystems, but it hasn't really reached mass adoption. I think mobile is actually a key catalyst to actually make that type of play, in which you own a digital asset of land in a competitive game in which you're building cities, much more much more easy to adopt, because the mobile device is in general just the key to the world and everyone's usage. So I think it was very smart, very play. And I always admire people that have a contrarian view of how to build and go to market compared to the traditional Web3 playbook, which so far has not achieved product market fit as an industry for the most case. We're very aligned with that at Bondex because we're also building a real world use case. And so I recommend everyone to go check out Second World. We'll share all the links after this. But something now I want to touch on is, as a founder, we're a talent network. And I'd like to hear the stories about, how do you find your talent at this stage that you're in? You guys are an early stage company. How do you get those people that are crucial to share your dream to come? How do you go about finding the right skills? What tools do you use? Do you use your own network? Did you use another provider? How do you go about finding and composing the team of incredible, talented designers and developers that got Second World out to market?
Great, a great question actually, and we are continuously trying to grow our team to meet, our players' expectations. But I have to say that we were sort of lucky to begin with, because we already knew each other from previous lives where we were using technology to solve problems, to deliver value to our customers. So when we got united as a team, the main principle was that we had to be passionate about gaming, about video games. If that is not a premise in the talent we search for, that's already hard to start working together. But apart from that, that one is a pretty easy one, because everybody loves having fun with video games, I would say. The second part was more, bringing those hard skills, mainly in terms of technology expertise to the team. So together with our passion for entertainment, we could really bridge that gap and make an A team that could deliver what our mission is looking for, that in the end is to empower players and to reinvent their status quo. But having said that, recently, actually, we have been hiring talent from our own community, people that we see are contributing so much to the game and to the project itself in multiple ways. We are loving to engage with our community, and when you stop for a second and open your eyes and your senses, you realize that there's a lot of talented people that actually engage with us on a daily basis, and they don't have to necessarily be professional players, but they like to play our games, and apart from that, they may be designers, they may be marketeers, they may be developers. And those type of profiles we really love because they are already, part of the community, and therefore they stand up as relevant leaders within the community. And since we want to become the game studio by players for players, because all our team is comprised of players, and we want to really deliver value to our community of players, I think that's a great match itself. Then when it comes to finding more specific talents that are urgent at times, it's true that during the bear market we have followed a strategy of spending the minimum and achieving the maximum we could, and the situation has clearly changed recently, so we are about to expand our team, and I think Bondex is a great tool with all the support you provide, all the advice. In the end, one of the main challenges, funnily, on Web3 is trust, right? Although we created a technology that allows us to really solve the trust problem in business relationships, it seems like Web3 is still a lot of like the Wild West, and there's a lot of people that is hard to trust at first. So having a player that can support us choosing the right talents is already priceless, and that's why we feel for the next stage of our team that it's about to grow quite a bit, it's very good to work with companies like Bondex that know well how to find the talent and match it with the visions of the teams that are looking for that talent.
I appreciate those kind words, and yes, I completely align with that, and that is part of our mission and vision here, which is created a more trusted talent infrastructure by using on-chain identities and validated skills and credentials, and enabling that trusted layer, because it's very difficult to find talent you can trust. But one insight that from what you said that I love is, I've heard this from several companies now, from the sandbox to many other gaming ones, that their players and their most engaged community members ended up joining the company. So just for everyone listening, if you're thinking of jumping into a job in Web3, if you like gaming, pick the games that you like, be very active, and then once you have a more direct relationship with the team that is managing it, you will have access more directly than if you just apply to their job board and a possibility to get their job. And lastly, Inigo, to kind of end our time here, I want to know, what are the next things for Second World that people should be looking out for? What are the updates? What is coming soon?
Sure thing. Actually, I heard, at least in the Web2 world, that 70% of the jobs come through recommendations. So when you are part of a community, I mean, you are already recommended. You are recommending yourself already because you engage with the founders, you engage with our developers, our team, our community members, and that's already, a great step to engage and possibly work within a team of passionate people around gaming, for example. So I think that's already a great way. Actually, we built a concept that we call the council, where basically counselors have additional benefits to enjoying our games, mainly around governance. So thanks to them, we have the quality of the games that we have today. And apart from that, they have other exclusive benefits like game assets, collectibles like cities, a distinction within our ecosystem. And those are things that players love. So some of these counselors have actually joined the team recently, and it's just an example of how we have done it to find talent inside our community. But when it comes to what's coming next, it's true that we were pretty much unknown in the Web3 space because we were very focused on our products, on our games, and building a powerful in-house team that could scale this dream into an actual enterprise, a global brand. So when it comes to what's coming next, we created a go-to-market strategy impacting 5,000 unique holders from top communities. We have pretty much sold out the main Web3 communities we engage with, which were Pudgy Penguins, Memeland, Sappy Seals, and Truth. And we have the most important community that is our own community that is called the Cabal Troop. The Cabal Troop, by the way, still has some room, still has some spots, and they are earned through merit on our Discord, mainly playing our games, but there's other challenges that we propose to the community to get a spot. So what are these Swio chests essentially? So they are an NFT collection that is going to have Swio inside all these 5,000 chests. So we are using this as a go-to-market strategy to impact on very relevant holders, very relevant communities. And basically, and this is very alpha, what is coming next is that we are going to make these communities play, okay? And the way they play is going to mean a lot for what they get next, okay? This is still unannounced, it's very alpha, but I think it's a dynamic that is going to create a lot of network effects and a lot of fun for people that actually didn't know that we had two very competitive games on the app stores already available to everyone. We really believe on the mobile gaming space because we want to eliminate every friction, every barrier to enter Web3. And what is more available than simply downloading an application on the app stores you already know, right? So that has been our core obsession always. Is not only about delivering value, it's about creating the right experience that allows users to unlock all that value in a seamless, simple manner.
Well, I just want to thank you for coming, and I want everyone to draw those key insights. Number one, go check out Second World because it's a very cool game. It's on mobile, and it's a new generation of high-quality mobile games that I think are going to enable this mass adoption everyone keeps talking about in Web3. And these guys are working on something that is actually going to make that happen. So go check them out. And other key insights is how to find your initial team if you're a founder, and then if you want to join a gaming company, be part of the community, be engaged, and you will have a good shot and potentially getting a job with them. I want to thank all the Bondex for joining for this live stream edition, and I want to thank everyone who participated in the coinless sale we had today with Record. Inigo, thank you very much for coming. I will have you again soon, and we'll replay all of this in our live stream channel. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great week.
My pleasure, Ignacio. Thank you so much for the invitation. Good luck with the launch.
Bye-bye, guys.